Hey, what it do, guys? I want to adjust my camera just a little bit. What it do? Bless up. D back here, man, for another video. I want to talk about the verse or the chapter, 1 Corinthians 13, when Paul talked about love. It kind of popped in my mind and my spirit, and that's really one of the most beautiful scriptures in the Word. I think it's one that we all deal with, man, because truthfully, we're all people who backslide, people who are at the core humans and are sinners and need God's love, needs God's grace. But the question is, and this is a big question, do we give love to others? Do we give grace to others? Um, are we easily angered with others? Are we bitter with others? Do we allow our frustration to come about? When you read 1 Corinthians 13, when it talks about love, it speaks to that inner spirit, man. And it doesn't always feel good, because when you're reading it, what love is, sometimes you see that some of the characteristics and traits that you have inside are not in line with the word. Whether it be you're easily angered, whether it be you're boastful, you're proud. Like, we all have our flaws, and we're all humans, full of them. But when you read that word, particularly this one, when it talks about love, it'll chip away at your spirit, because you'll begin to see yourself, as Paul described what love should be. So let's read it. 1 Corinthians 13:1, it says, love, headline is love is indispensable. Paul said, and yet I will show you the most excellent way. If I speak in the tongues of men or of angels, but I do not have love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have faith that can move mountains but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and give over my body to hardship that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Listen up, and then look within as you read this. Paul said, verse 4, love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongdoings. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always persevere. I think realistically there's so much to unpack in there. The beginning of that particular part, and we're gonna finish it, but I got this. This is really a lot of the meat. Paul said love is patient. I think that's so important. We live in a microwavable society. Everybody talks about it, but it's a society where if you don't get it quick, if you don't get it fast, if it's not as good as you thought, either you don't want it, either you're gonna throw it away, either you're gonna discard. The patience that love involves. We think about God, and I think John says God is love. To know God, to know love, to know God, you have to know love. And when you think about that, I think that's powerful, because God loves us, and he's so patient with us. Whether it's the grace, whether it's the mercy, whether it's just the love of him giving us chances to try to right this wrong and steer this ship in the right direction, shows you how important it is to be patient. Shows you how important it is to be patient with yourself, but to be patient with others when it comes to love. Because realistically, whether it's relational or platonic or even friendship, or even family for that matter, people are going to mature and grow at their own speed. And if we're going to say that we're lovers of them and lovers of whatever they're, like, say, family or community or whatever, we have to give them time to grow. That's what love is when Paul says that love is patient. The patience of love is a patience that allows maturity to take place. Paul said, love is kind. I think that's a big one. When you go to a restaurant, like a Chick-fil-A, or that's one that I know, but I'm pretty sure there are others. When they tell you God bless, or have a blessed day, or thank you so much for coming, or even give you a smile, that boosts your day. It makes you feel human. It makes you feel good. It makes you, it makes you in essence say, man, I want to be good to someone else. Why? Because they offered a level of kindness to you, you know. And the important thing with that is kindness to me begets kindness. It's like an atmosphere. When you have an atmosphere of love, atmosphere of joy, atmosphere of peace, atmosphere of kindness, you're allowing the spirit of love to foster. He said it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. Envy is one of those ones that'll destroy any pillar of a relationship. Being envious of one another, being jealous of one another. That's one you have to root out really easy, because in essence, when you love, especially from a relationship perspective, you're on the same team. So it's not like I'm on this team and you're on that team and we're in competition. We're on this thing together, and we have no nothing to gain by being envious of one another. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. I think that one is a lot. That one is really a lot. I think as men and even as women, um, we have to deal with the anger. Whether that mate or person doesn't do things exactly the way you think. Maybe you come home and food's not done. Maybe they're a little iffy with the money. Your true self, that inner self, whether that's hurt or whatever, but it's often revealed during moments of, during those moments where things are not going good. Everybody excels when things are going smooth sailing, as they say. What happened when the waves are a bit chippy? What happened when the storms are raging? Are you angered? Or do you keep no record of wrongdoing? And I think that's such a beautiful one, because if you think about it, and I think about God, and it keeps going back to God, like our relationships that we have on earth as it relates to one another goes back to God and his relationship with us. Just think of all the times as humans we've messed up. One of the reasons why in the word, when they asked Jesus, how many times do you forgive? Asked Christ, Yeshua, how many times do you forgive? He said, what, 70 times? Why? Because if you think that you want to get forgiveness, you got to forgive others. And a part of forgiving others is keeping no record of the wrongdoings and forgiving them and wiping them clean and coming back with patience and with kindness. Let's continue. Love does not delight in evil, but it rejoices with the truth. Are we being truthful in our love? Are we coming to knowledge of understanding about anything? I don't care if that's health, I don't care if that's nutrition, I don't care if that's goals. Are we living in the truth? That's what love is. Then Paul said, it always protects, always trusts, always hopes. When you love someone, you protect them. You protect their image. You protect their spirit, and then you protect their body if it comes to that. And I think that one is powerful, because so often the people that we love, we don't always protect them with our mouth. We don't always protect them with our intentions. Even when they're not, even when they're not doing good things, we have to ask ourselves, am I protecting this person, or am I exposing their dirty laundry to the public or to friends or to family? And last, he says, it perseveres. And perseverance is important. And before he said perseverance, he said trust. You got to trust. People always talk about trust, but they say without trust, it's hard to build that foundation of a relationship. But in essence, to build it, you have to have the kindness, the patience, not being easily angered. You have to have those things to lead you up to where you can trust each other and you can love each other, and you're not remembering those wrongs that was done to each other. Continuing at verse 8, Paul said, love never fails. But where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be still. Where there is knowledge, it will pass. For we know in part and we prophesy in part. But when completeness comes, what is in part disappears. When I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. when I became a man, I put the ways of childhood behind me. For now we see only a reflection as is in a mirror, then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. And now these three remain: faith, hope, love. But the greatest of these is love. May it be a blessing to the true doers and the readers of the word. I think one of the biggest things we're all gonna have to face, and it's just reality, is getting better. Because man, we're human. I'm telling you, humans have such weak areas, man. Whether it's we're angry, we're bitter, we're mad, childhood stuff, got fired, don't have the right money, mad because my wife don't make love the way I want. There's a plethora of reasons. There's a plethora of things and reasons which causes us to really not love and to be in anger and to be frustration. The only thing that we can do, guys and women, is to just try to get better little by little. And one of the, like that when he said love is patient, the reason that's so important is because getting better little by little may take a while. It may take a while, but it's a process in which we must embark on if we want to have the greatest of the three: faith, hope, love. I'm D, and I'm signing out, guys. Peace.